and then submit. It will be found in our website, which I will give to you. I'm sure the host as well can put it as we carry on with our lesson. And then you will have up until 10 p.m. to submit your assessment, after which we will mark your assessments and make sure that within the stipulated time, we give you the results. So yes, you are carrying on with your maths tests today, which will take place at least later today, immediately after the lesson. And of course, we are carrying on now with our lesson. So please feel free once again, at any time, if you have any question or if you want to ask anything, feel free at any time just to put it in the chat box so that we can look at what you have to say. And I hope that it will be good once again as we participate to make this lesson, which is part of the revision, by the way, to make it easier. Now, we have a situation here where we need to calculate the perimeter of a rectangle with the given length of 27.37 meters, as well as the breadth. Now, in a rectangle, as you always know, it consists of 4 sides. And I've always said to you that when you calculate the perimeter, you need to be able to define what a perimeter means, rather. And of course, the perimeter means the distance around the shape, or rather the distance around the edge of the shape. And that is what a perimeter is. So in a case of a rectangle, you just need to move around the shape from the point back to the same point around the shape, and then that will give you the perimeter. So I see that Raiden is also asking when exactly are we doing the test. You will do the test anytime today until 10. You can submit at 10. The test is already in your, we have put it in already in the website. I'm just going to put the website for all of you so that you can see where the test is. And of course, that is an online test which is now there at africateamgeeks.co.za. So that is the link. It is due. Okay, the other question which is coming from Kai says, when is it due? Well, the test is due before 10 p.m. Yes, Nosipo, you are right. You have answered Kai correctly. It is due anytime before 10 p.m. So if you are done anytime and you feel like submitting, please feel free to submit if you are done. So you don't have to stress. The details are there in the website. You will see your test. It may come in the form of a multiple choice at some point during which you work out, but you still have to work out the different answers. Make sure you have your scribbler, your pen and paper, where you can be able to work out the solutions, and then before you select the correct answer. Thank you very much indeed. I hope that it makes sense, and then we carry on with our lesson. And as I've just indicated, I hope that there's everything about the test is answered. The test is ready. I've given you the website, the link where you can be able to get the tests. And then, of course, you can take it from there. If anyone is struggling to get the test, please feel free at any time to send me a WhatsApp. I think I prefer WhatsApp. You can even send an email to me directly, or you can WhatsApp me if anybody is struggling. So if anybody struggles, let me type it so that you can get it to access the test, please feel free to send a WhatsApp to 082-623-2148 or email maganeta.hm@gmail.com. So those are my direct contacts at any time if you are struggling. If anybody struggles to access the test, please feel free to send a WhatsApp to 082-623-2148. That is my number. Alternatively, you can send me an email. So the test is due at 10 p.m. tonight. So the test is due at 10 p.m. tonight. So I hope that this is the message that will be helpful to everyone. And of course, please copy the message, especially the WhatsApp number there, as well as the email address, if you want to send me an email just to, if you're struggling to access the test. That's how I will help you. But if you are struggling to answer any questions, please don't send a message about struggling to answer. Unless if you're the wedding, you have a problem with the wedding or anything like that. Right. We proceed. And of course, I've given you an activity there. This is just a revision activity that will help you as you answer your test tonight or later today. Right. The first one is find the perimeter, or rather calculate the perimeter of a rectangle given the length and the breadth that is on the board now. I hope that everyone can see that. How are we going to calculate the perimeter? Remember that the perimeter is the distance around the edge of the shape. So the distance around the edge of the shape, that will be your perimeter. So remember that we have calculated the perimeter before, and we said that the perimeter can be given as, you can write it as a formula whereby you add the length together with the breadth, and then you multiply that by 2. So that is how we find the perimeter. The perimeter is given by the breadth plus the length, and then you multiply that by 2. So if you multiply the length, the sum of the length and the breadth by 2, you will definitely get your perimeter. Can we use that now to find the perimeter? Let's find the perimeter. I've just given you the formula. I've given you the formula. I hope that everyone can see the screen. Can we find the perimeter there? Right, to find the perimeter, all that we need to do is to just add the 2. So I'm just gonna add the length together with the breadth. The breadth is 19,56. So you'll have 19,56. And of course, you also add 27,37. So basically, that's how you add the 2. And then, of course, you ensure that you multiply everything by 2. So that is what the perimeter is. I see that one of you, Nosipo, already got 93,86, followed by, yes, it's Nosipo again. She was just showing you us how do we find the 93,86. I have to fully agree with you there, Nosipo. That's the correct approach. Okay, I hear Unkabe says you tried to find the test, you couldn't find it. It should be there. Okay, maybe the host will just, if it's not there, If it is not yet there, then the host will put it immediately after this session. Don't worry. If you can't find the test, if anybody can't find the test, please note that towards the end of the lesson, it will definitely be there. Maybe the problem could be you're struggling with your website, but we'll give you the exact link where to find your test. Don't worry about that. You will definitely get the link before 12, but it is already in the website. Right. Let's now carry on. We are carrying on now, and of course, Bitumelo also got the right answer together with Tando, 93.86. All right, Raiden says he found the test in projects. Great. I'm glad that one of you has already found it. But please, for the purpose of this lesson, let's rather concentrate on the lesson. We will look at the test. I will give you a chance, just 10 minutes before we close, I will just give everybody a chance to now access the test. I know that most of you would like to start as soon as possible. But for now, let's carry on with our lesson. Tando Ngubani, I fully agree with you together with Bitumel. And of course, you have been able to demonstrate that all that you need to do is to add the 2. And then you multiply everything by 2. All right. So you have been able to multiply that by 2. Now we have got a different problem altogether. We have to now calculate the area and the perimeter of an equilateral triangle. Remember, the equilateral triangle, all sides are equal. Now we are told that the first side is 30 centimeters or 30 meters. 30 centimeters is fine. We can use centimeters. So it's 30 centimeters. That is one side of a triangle. So Umkabet says it will be 90. And how do you find it? Remember, in a test, you also have to just demonstrate how do you find that. Right, Umkabet says privately 90 centimeters. I agree with you, Umkabet. I fully agree. 90 centimeters is the correct answer. 90 centimeters is the correct answer. And Umkabet goes on to demonstrate that a triangle, since a triangle has 3 sides, so 3 times 30 will give us 90. Sinolowazi also agrees, saying 90 because 30 times 3 is 90. Okay, great. I agree with you there as well. And then, of course, we also have to demonstrate just by putting the perimeter there, you can just simply add the 3. Nosipo is finding out now whether we use the half and base times height formula for a triangle. Remember, that is not for the perimeter. The formula, which is half a base times height, is not your formula for the perimeter. This is the formula for the area. So please distinguish between the area as well as the perimeter. So those are 2 different things there. Okay. Right. And of course, you can see that the area, if we have to now calculate the area of the triangle, this will be given by, all right, yes, I hear you, Nosipo. You're asking in terms of the area, yes, exactly. You are correct, Nosipo. I mean, Ongabet, sorry. In fact, it was Nosipo Pungula who was asking. So Ongabet is saying, since it's not a right-angled triangle, what is the formula? The formula doesn't change. The formula to calculate the area of a triangle does not change. It becomes half a base times the perpendicular height. So in this case, all that you need to do now is to find the perpendicular height. And in this case, you can see that once you draw a line in your triangle, which cuts the bottom line in the middle, where you have 90 degrees, you will have to find the size of that line. And the size of that line, obviously, if you cut the other line, it will be half. So it means you have 30 squared, which is the hypotenuse side. Your hypotenuse side will be 30, and your adjacent side will be 15. So 30 squared minus 15 squared gives you 675. It will be 900 minus 225. So the answer will be 675. And then you take the square root of 675, and then you multiply that by half a base. So your height will be the square root of 675. That will definitely be your height. And of course, it will lead you to a different answer altogether. I hope that it makes sense. Right, can we just simplify this? Let's rather simplify. Can we simplify this? We have got an expression that needs to be simplified: 4b plus 2b minus, and then you open bracket, minus 5b. Then you close your bracket. And of course, it carries on. You also have b and c. Let's simplify those. All right, can we proceed? I see that Nosipo got 6b minus 21b. Okay, Cleo got minus 5b, and then of course, Unkabet's also minus 5b. Okay, remember that when you multiply the negative by negative, you get positive. So 4b plus 2b will give you 6b, and 6b plus 5b will give you 11b. And of course, 11b minus 16b definitely give you minus 5b. So I have to agree with Umkabetse and Cleo. Minus 5b will be the correct answer there. Minus 5b will be the correct answer. So minus 5b will be the correct answer. And of course, we can take it from there. All right. And then the second one, let's look at the second one. The second one, of course, is different as well, in a sense that, all right, Tando, if you go to projects, but remember, we'll talk about this just before the end of the lesson. We'll dedicate the remaining 10 minutes to the test. Don't worry. If you can't find the test, then we'll dedicate the remaining 10 minutes to the test, and then I'll show you how to find the test. All right, please relax. Don't worry. Relax. You will find the test. Right, I see Cleo says 12a squared minus 5 plus 10a. Right, let's check. How did you find that? 8a squared plus 10. All right, so negative times negative is positive. If you add 8 and 4 there, you get 12. Yes, I agree with you. 12a squared, right? And then 6 plus 4 is 10. So you have 10a, 2 minus 7. So now you have to have 2 subtract 7, that will be negative 5. Remember, if you subtract a bigger number from a smaller number, you'll definitely get a negative number. So it will be minus 5. Great. Cleo, I fully agree with you. And the last one? Let's see, Bitumelo, you got 4a squared is equal to minus 5. All right, Bitumelo, I see you've got equal signs. This is just an expression. It should be one expression. So please double check, because if you add 8 and 4, you get 12. So 12a squared plus 10a minus 5. So that's if you want to rearrange it, Kai, 12a squared plus 10a minus 5. So minus 5 will be your constant. All right. So I agree with Kai. Let's do the last one now. Let's do the last one. Just 30 seconds. Right. Let's carry on. Minus 5b cubed plus 4b squared minus 6b. And then plus 2b squared minus into minus 4b cubed plus 10b. Let's carry on. Right, 9b cubed plus 6b squared plus 4b. Remember, the first one there is negative, so the second one will not be negative, it will be positive. Remember, when you multiply negative by negative, you get positive. So you'll have plus 4b cubed. So 4b cubed minus 5b cubed will be minus b cubed. All right, it will be minus b cubed. And then, of course, this will be your final answer there. I see that Unkabete has got minus b cubed or minus 1b cubed, rather. And then, of course, the last one there. Not everything that we are revising here may lead you to the test as such, but remember that your test will be today, and then, of course, we have done some of the things that we needed to do. I see Nolwazi says minus 37. Minus 37. Yes, Nolwazi, please go ahead. Let me unmute you. All right, you can go ahead, please. Nolwazi, I see your hand. All right, we seem to have lost Nolwazi. All right, for the last one. Oh, okay. Sinolo says for the last one. Yes, for the last one. Okay. Let me just go back. Yeah, this is the last one. The last one was C. So I hope this, okay, I see what you're saying, Sinora. You're saying negative 37 for the last one, all right. I hear your point. But now the key question is, where do you locate negative 37? Because we are working here with algebraic expressions. So you cannot have a constant unless you have combined your different variables, and after which the variables give you 0. But in this instance, you cannot get negative 37. I'm not sure which one are you talking about, Sinolazi. If you're talking about E, then remember, you can't have a different answer than a variable. Remember, this is what we have also done. We spoke about multiplying binomials, a binomial by a binomial. And of course, the first one is, okay, for the last one, for the previous one, right? Yes, Umkabeti has just shown how do we proceed. Listen, Umkabeti, just check your 6Q should be negative. It should be negative, not positive. It should be negative. So your last one will be negative. So it will be minus 6Q into 2C plus 3D. And that's how you calculate it. And thereafter you can break your bracket, as I'm just going to demonstrate. Let's see if there's anyone who has managed to get this right. Let's get on. I see, so I just answered the first one. All right, yes, I see that you answered the first one, but remember, it will be minus. So you'll have P into, you open a bracket, 2C plus 3D. And then, of course, you close your bracket and then minus 6Q. And then you open your bracket, 2C plus 3D. So basically, you'll have something like this. All right, it is a negative because I see Pulani, I'm just going to answer your question. You say you do not understand how it is a negative. So I'm saying to you, it is a negative because if you can look at the first expression, we have P minus 6Q. So what is the sign of 6Q? The sign of 6Q is negative. All right, so it is negative, and then you can be able to tell that it is negative. And then, of course, you can just simplify. Let's rather simplify. Right. I hope that I see Pulani says thank you there. So you can see that when you multiply the 2, so you'll have P multiplied by 2C, it will give you 2CP. All right. So 2CP will be the answer there. So this will be 2CP and then minus, or plus, in fact, 3dp. So you have 3dp, and then minus 2cq, and of course minus 18 dq. And 6 times 2, remember, is 12. So you'll have, this is how the expression will be. And I guess, I think, was it, who got it right above there? There's someone who got it next to Bitumelo, just before Bitumelo. For same, I cannot no longer see the name there. 2CP, it should be 2CP minus plus 3GP minus 12CQ minus 18DQ. So you just have to correct the first one. I see in your case you've got negative 12. You've got negative 12, which needs to be corrected. And of course, that will be your final answer there, because there are no like terms. All right. So I do hope that, I think Unkabetse has got the answer there. Unkabetse, if you can just put that answer now to everyone, the answer that you have there. Just so that everybody can see it. The final answer will be 2CP plus 3GP minus 12CQ minus 18DQ. So that will be your answer now. Can we look quickly at the second one as well? Before we go to the issue of the test, can we look at the second one, 4x plus 1 into x minus 3. Can we quickly look at this expression? How are we going to simplify it? How are we going to simplify this? So basically what you will have 4x into x minus 3, and then plus 1 into x minus 3. So therefore you'll have to multiply the 2, 4x into x minus 3 plus 1 into x minus 3. So all that you need to do is just to break your bracket. You'll have 4x into x minus 3 plus 1 into x minus 3. So 4x times x will give you 4x squared. So you'll have 4x squared. That is what you will have there in the first instance. So it will be 4x to the power of 2. So that will be 4x squared. And then 4, if you multiply 4 by 3, you get 12. So it will be minus 12x. And the next one, it will be plus x minus 3. So basically, this is what you will have. And if you have to collect the like terms, the like terms will be 4x squared minus 11x. So you have 4x squared minus 11x, and then minus 3. So minus 3 would be the only one. So this will be the expression. This will be the expression. So I do hope that you have been able to calculate just to find the answers there. And then you do the same with the rest. All right. You can do the same with A. And then, of course, as you can see there, we've done it in the first instance, just to show you that it will be P into 2C plus 3D minus 6Q into 2C plus 3D. And thereafter, you just break the brackets. The first one, P by 2C, becomes 2CP. Then 2 times, yes, and then P multiplied by 3D, this becomes 3GP, as you can see. All right. I hope that you did. And then, of course, the next one as well, you multiply 6 by 2 to get 12. So that is why you've got negative 12CQ. Yes, because of the brackets. Remember, the brackets are 2 there. Nosipo is asking, was it squared because of the brackets? Yes, it was squared because of the brackets. And then, of course, you can do the last 2 there and then up until the answer that is correct. And then the next one, you can see we got 4x squared minus 11x minus 3. How did we get this? Once again, you take the first term of the first binomial in the first bracket there. You multiply it by the second bracket. You do the same with the second one. And of course, the third, right up until you find the correct answer there. So 4x squared minus 12x plus x minus 3. Once you have corrected the like terms, which is negative 12x plus x, you can see now that we have negative 12x plus 12x, which is negative 11x. I can hear what you're saying. Thank you very much indeed. And of course, the final answer in this case will be 4x squared minus 11x minus 3. Now, the third one, before we can talk about the test, the third one, as you can see as well, you do the same. You multiply the binomial with the first term in the first bracket. And of course, thank you very much, I note your point. Thanks. And of course, minus 3b into 2a squared minus b. So you proceed as such to demonstrate the importance of ensuring that you multiply the two and thereafter you collect the like terms. And the like terms in this case are clearly indicated. If you look at negative a squared b minus 6a squared b, those are the like terms. Both of them are negative. So remember, when you add two negative numbers, you will get a negative number. So this becomes 2a to the power 4 multiplied by, yes, 2a to the power 4 minus 7a squared b minus 3b squared. And of course, the last one as well, before we zoom into the test, this is what we normally call the difference of two squares. Remember that the difference of two squares, you just have to demonstrate how we multiply the two. So the difference of two squares, you multiply the binomial by the first term of the first binomial, and then also the second term. So the first term is A, the second term is minus 5B. And you will see that once you arrive at a point where you have to now collect the like terms, you will be able to see that the like terms will be able to cancel each other. So you'll be left with A squared minus 25B squared. I hope that it makes sense. I hope that it does make sense. And then the test, I did speak about it in the beginning. I said, if you experience a problem, you must not hesitate to contact me. But I've just once again put in the website. In fact, the link is there on the website. I'm just gonna see if I can be able to get it for you quickly. If you can just bear with me. I'll just see if we can't quickly, let me zoom into into some of the into the inbox there. I just want to show you how do you get the test quickly. Right. Right. Just as you are there, there's a link that you should be able to get on the test. If you are still there, all of you, I'm just going to quickly demonstrate how you get to the test. It's unfortunate this internet is a bit slow. The network is quite slow. I don't know what's wrong. I hope that you can see what I'm doing here. Right. Let's, once you arrive at the right. So you just go to the website. As you can see, there is your website. And then, of course, once you click on the website, it will take you directly into some of the links which we have in the school. That's Africa Teen Geeks. I'm sure you can see that website. And of course, the test should be somewhere at the top, at the bottom here. Let's see. Right, you can see the July assessment timetable. And of course, you can just click right there, July assessment timetable. Then once you click on the timetable, it should be able to take you to all the tests that you need to write for this particular season. And you just go and look for the mathematics test. All right. All right. Today being okay, you need to look for projects. Just search for projects, and you'll realize that you had to register first. Before I came here, you should be registered. Already registered, you can simply log in here. So if you are registered, you can just go into there. But if you experience a problem, just make sure that you are registered on the log in there once using your login details, and then you can be able to go to projects to get the test. But if you still struggle, please feel free to contact me at any time. I hope that the host has put it there already. So once again, thank you very much indeed. I have to now rush into the next class until we meet again tomorrow. Same time, same place. Thank you very much indeed.